Section 6. Game Details. In Rebuilt, two alliances, an alliance is a cooperative of up to 4 FRC robotics competition teams, play matches set up and implemented per the details described below. 6.1 Match Overview. Matches run on 7 to 10 minute cycles, which consist of pre-match setup, the 2-minute and 40-second match, and the post-match reset. During the match, robots collect fuel and score in their hub. Human players can deliver fuel to the robots or score them in their hub. Robots conclude the match climbing on their tower. 6.2 Drive Team. A drive team is a set of up to 5 people from the same FRC robotics competition team responsible for team performance for a specific match. There are 4 specific roles on a drive team, which alliances can use to assist robots, and no more than 1 member of the drive team may be a non-student. Blue box. The intent of the definition of drive team and drive team related rules is that, barring extenuating circumstances, the drive team consists of people who arrived at the event affiliated with the team and are responsible for their team's and robots' performance at the event. This means a person may be affiliated with more than one team. The intent is not to allow teams to adopt members of their other teams for strategic advantage for the loaning team, borrowing team, and or their alliance. E.g., an alliance captain believes one of their drivers has more experience than a driver on their first pick, and the teams agree the first pick team will adopt the driver and make them a member of their drive team for playoffs. The definition isn't stricter for 2 main reasons. First, to avoid additional bureaucratic burden on teams and volunteers, e.g. requiring that teams submit official rosters that queuing must check before allowing a drive team into the arena. Second, to provide space for exceptional circumstances that give teams the opportunity to display gracious professionalism, e.g. a bus is delayed, a drive coach has no drivers, and their pit neighbors agree to help by loaning drivers as temporary members of the team until their bus arrives. Table 6-1, Drive Team Roles. Drive Coach. A guide or advisor. 1 max per drive team. Any team member must wear Drive Coach button. Technician. A resource for robot troubleshooting, setup, and removal from the field. Max of 1. Any team member must wear Technician button. Driver, or human player. A driver is an operator and controller of the robot, and a human player is a scoring element manager. There are a max of 3 combined, must be a student, and must wear a drive team button. A student is a person who has not completed high school, secondary school, or the comparable level as of September 1 prior to kickoff. The technician provides teams with a technical resource for pre-match setup, robot connectivity, operator console troubleshooting, and post-match removal of the robot. Some pre-match responsibilities for the technician may include, but are not limited to, location of the robot radio, its power connection, and understanding of its indicator lights. Location of the Robo Rio and understanding of its indicator lights. Username and password for the operator console. Restarting the driver station and dashboard software on the operator console. Changing the bandwidth utilization, e.g. camera resolution, frame rate, etc. Changing the battery. Charging pneumatics. Blue box. While the technician may be the primary technical member of the drive team, all members of the drive team are encouraged to have knowledge of the basic functionality of the robot, such as the location and operation of the main circuit breaker, connecting and resetting joysticks or game pads from the operator console, and removing the robot from the field. Per Table 6-1, each team is allotted up to 3 students who may be assigned as drivers or human players. If multiple teams on Alliance do not have 3 students at the event to act in these roles, one of the Alliance's teams may substitute a student technician as a human player, for that match only. In this case, the head referee must be notified. All human player rules now apply to this drive team member, and this drive team member is no longer considered a technician for the match. 6.3 Setup. Before each match begins, field staff stage scoring elements as described in section 6.3.4 scoring elements. Drive teams stage their robots as described in 6.3.3 robots, and operator consoles as described in 6.3.2 operator consoles. Then drive teams take their places as described in section 6.3.1 drive teams. 6.3.1 drive teams. Drive teams prepare for a match by staging in the appropriate areas according to their roles on the drive team, and by identifying themselves accordingly. Drive teams' starting conditions are listed below, and a drive team obstructing or delaying any of the conditions is at risk of violating G301. A. Only drive team members assigned to the upcoming match are present. B. For qualification matches, only drive team members whose robot have passed an initial complete inspection are present. C. Any number of human players are staged in their outpost areas. D. Human players not included in C, drivers, and drive coaches are in their alliance area and behind the human starting line. E. Technicians are in the event-designated area near the field. F. Drive team members clearly display their designated buttons above their waists. Drive coach, drivers, and human player drive team, and technician. And G. In a playoff match, the alliance captain clearly displays their designated alliance captain identifier, e.g. hat or armband. 6.3.2 Operator Consoles. Drive teams set up their operator consoles as soon as the drive team from the previous match has cleared the area. Operator consoles must be compliant with all relevant rules, specifically those in Section 8.9 Operator Console. The operator console is plugged into the team's assigned driver station as indicated on the team sign. Any control devices worn or held by their human players and/or drivers during the match must be disconnected from or set on or beside the operator console before the match can begin. A drive team obstructing or delaying operator console setup is at risk of violating G301. Blue box. For the purposes of FRC robotics competition, any device connected to the operator console is considered a control device because referees are not expected to differentiate between devices that can or cannot control the robot. 6.3.3 Robots. Drive teams stage their robot in accordance with G303. A drive team obstructing or delaying robot setup requirements is at risk of violating G301. If order of placement matters to either or both alliances, the alliance notifies the head referee during setup for that match, and the head referee instructs alliances to alternate placement of robots in a qualification match. Referee's instructions are that robots are placed in the following order. 1. Robot driver station 1 robot. Blue 1, then red 2, then blue 2, then red 3, then blue 3. In an intra-division playoff match, the same pattern is applied, but instead of blue alliance placing last, the higher-seeded alliance, regardless of color, placed last. For inter-division playoff matches, the alliance that places last is determined by a real or virtual coin flip, facilitated by the head referee, where a heads result invites the red alliance to place last. Blue box. Field staff may ask teams to indicate their intended location and are not required to wait for a team to stage their robot in its exact location before moving to the next team. 6.3.4 Scoring Elements. Before each match begins, field staff stage scoring elements. Figure 6-2, Scoring Elements Staging Positions. It shows them. 504 fuel are staged for each match as follows. Reference Figure 6-2. A. 24 fuel are staged in each depot. Fuel may not be in a uniform layout. B. 24 fuel are staged in each outpost chute. C. 8 fuel may be preloaded in each robot by the robot's drive team, such that each fuel is fully supported by the robot, up to 48 total. A fuel not preloaded in a robot is staged in the neutral zone. And D. Remaining fuel are arranged in the neutral zone through a process listed in section 6.3.4.1, 360 to 408, depending on how many are preloaded in robots. Blue box. Due to the high number of scoring elements in rebuild, field staff may not be able to perfectly count all fuel put into the neutral zone. The number of fuel staged in the neutral zone for any given match may fluctuate around plus or minus 24 fuel. For district championship and our first championship events, the quantity of fuel staged in a match may increase up to 600. If this happens, the additional fuel will be included as part of an updated fuel arrangement in the neutral zone. 6.3.4.1 Neutral Zone Fuel Arrangement. The neutral zone is staged by the field crew by corralling all fuel within a bounding box that is approximately 206 inches wide and 72 inches deep. The bounding box has a solid divider in the middle that is 2 inches wide that will result in a small gap in fuel. The divider will be removed prior to the start of the match. The expected result of the dispersal is a roughly equal split of fuel on both sides of the center line. The dispersal between the scoring table side and non-scoring table side of the field is expected to vary match to match. Blue box. The placement of fuel in the neutral zone is not intended to be a perfect grid. Teams should expect variances in the placement of fuel in the neutral zone at the start of the match. 6.4 Match Periods. The first period of each match is 20 seconds long and called the autonomous period, auto. During auto, robots operate without any drive team control or input. Robots scoring elements, may leave their robot starting line and retrieve additional scoring elements, and may climb their tower. There is a 3-second delay between auto and teleop for scoring purposes as described in section 6.5 scoring. The second period of each match is the remaining 2 minutes and 20 seconds and called the teleoperated period. During teleop, drivers remotely operate robots to retrieve and score scoring elements and climb their tower. Teleop is split into further segments: the transition shift, the alliance shifts, and endgame. There are 4 alliance shifts named Shift 1, 2, 3, and 4. The duration of each time frame is shown in Table 6-2. Auto, 20 seconds. Teleop has the transition shift, which is 10 seconds, Shift 1, Shift 2, Shift 3, Shift 4, which are all 25 seconds long, and endgame, which is 30 seconds long. 6.4.1 Hub Status. During the match, the status of a hub can either be active or inactive. Fuel scored in an active hub is worth match points, but fuel scored in an inactive hub will not earn any points as shown in Table 6-3. Both Alliance hubs are active during auto, the transition shift, and endgame. During the Alliance shifts, only one Alliance hub will be active while the other Alliance hub becomes inactive. The status of both hubs during the Alliance shifts is based on the results of auto. The Alliance that scores the most fuel during auto will have their hub set to inactive for Shift 1, while their opponent's hub will be active, as shown in Table 6-3. Hub statuses will then alternate at the start of each following Alliance shift until the start of endgame, where both hubs return to active. If both alliances score the same number of fuel during auto, the FMS will randomly select an alliance and use its hub status order for the alliance shifts during the match. Blue box. FMS relays the alliance who scored more fuel during auto or the alliance selected by FMS to all operator consoles simultaneously at the start of teleop. Specific details on the format of the data can be found on the 2026 FRC Control System website. Table 6-3, hub status during match time frames. This looks pretty straightforward. 6.5, scoring. Alliances are rewarded for accomplishing various actions throughout a match, including scoring fuel, climbing their tower, and winning or tying matches. Rewards are granted either via match points or ranking points, often abbreviated to RP, which increases the measure used to rank teams in the qualification tournament. All scores are assessed and updated throughout the match, except as follows. A. Assessment of fuel scored in the hub continues for up to 3 seconds after the arena timer displays 0 following auto. B. Assessment of fuel scored in the hub continues for up to 3 seconds after the arena timer displays 0 following teleop. C. Assessment of auto tower points is made after the arena timer displays 0 following auto. D. Assessment of teleop tower points is made 3 seconds after the arena timer displays 0 following teleop, or when all robots have come to rest following the conclusion of the match, whichever happens first. Assessment of fuel scored in the hub continues for 3 seconds after the hub deactivates to account for fuel processing time. Blue box. Tower points are evaluated and scored by human volunteers. Teams are encouraged to make sure that it is obvious and unambiguous that the criteria are met. 6.5.1 Scoring element scoring criteria. A fuel is scored in the hub once it passes through the top opening of the hub and through the sensor array. 6.5.2 Robot scoring criteria. To qualify for tower points for a given level, a robot must meet the following conditions. For level 1, a robot must no longer touching the carpet or the tower base, or for level 2, a robot must be positioned such that its bumpers are completely above the low rung, or for level 3, a robot must be positioned such that its bumpers are completely above the mid rung. Additionally, a robot must be contacting the rungs or uprights and may additionally only contact the following elements. A. The tower wall. B. Support structure. C. Fuel and or D. Another robot. A robot may only earn power points for level 1 during auto. A robot may only earn tower points for a single level during teleop. Point values. Point values for tasks and rebuilt are detailed in Table 6-4. Table 6-4, rebuilt point values. Fuel. Fuel scored in an active hub is worth 1 point in auto and 1 point in teleop. Fuel scored in an inactive hub is worth dash in auto and dash in teleop. Each robot at level 1, 2 robots max in auto, is worth 15 points in auto and 10 points in teleop. Each robot at level 2 is worth 20 points, and each robot at level 3 is worth 30 points. Energized RP. The amount of fuel scored in the hub is at or above the threshold is 1 RP. The energized threshold at regional or district events is 100 and is to be decided at district championship and first championship. It looks like all RP requirements can change at district championship or first championship. Supercharged RP. The amount of fuel scored in the hub is at or above the threshold, 1 RP, gained if 360 fuel are scored at regional or district events. Traversal RP. The amount of tower points scored during the match is at or above the threshold. So the threshold during regional and district events is 50 points. If you win a match, completing a match with more match points than your opponent, you get 3 ranking points. And if you tie, completing a match with the same number of match points as your opponent, you get 1 ranking point. See Table 6-5 for threshold values. For district championship and or first championship events, the bonus RP, energized RP, supercharged RP, and traversal RP requirement thresholds may increase. Blue box. Bonus RP thresholds for district championship and first championship will be announced in team updates. 6.6. Violations. Unless otherwise noted, all violations are assigned for each instance of a rule violation. A description of the penalties is listed in Table 6-6. All rules throughout the game rules section are called as perceived by a referee. Table 6-6. Rule violations. Minor foul. A credit of 5 points towards the opponent's match point total. Major foul. A credit of 15 points towards the opponent's match point total. Yellow card. Issued by the head referee for egregious robot or team member behavior or rule violations. A subsequent yellow card within the same tournament phase results in a red card. Red card. Issued by the head referee for egregious robot or team member behavior or rule violations which result in a team being disqualified for the match. Disabled. The state in which a robot is commanded to deactivate all outputs, rendering the robot inoperable for the remainder of the match. Disqualified. The state of a team in which they receive 0 match points and 0 ranking points in a qualification match, or cause their alliance to receive 0 match points in a playoff match. Verbal warning. A warning issued by event staff or the head referee. Alliance is ineligible for RP. An alliance is ineligible for the specified RP for that match. This overrides any RP awarded through normal match play or other rule violations. 6.6.1. Yellow and red cards. In addition to rule violations explicitly listed throughout this document, yellow cards and red cards are used in First Robotics competition to address team and robot behavior that does not align with the mission, values, and culture of First. The head referee may assign a yellow card as a warning or a red card for egregious behavior inappropriate at a First Robotics competition event. If an action resulting in the assignment of a yellow card or red card is determined to be the result of an arena fault, per section 10.2, the card will be rescinded. A yellow or red card is indicated on the audience display match results screen. During qualification matches, a yellow or red card is indicated next to the team who received the card, and the game announcer describes the violation. During playoff matches, the card is applied to the whole alliance, and as such, red card or yellow card appears above the alliance number. Yellow cards are additive, meaning that a second yellow card is automatically converted to a red card. A team is issued a red card for any subsequent incident in which they receive an additional yellow card, including earning a second yellow card during a single match. A second yellow card is indicated by the head referee holding a yellow card and a red card in the air simultaneously after the completion of the match. A team that has received either a yellow card or a red card carries a yellow card into subsequent matches, except as noted below. Once a team receives a yellow or red card, a yellow rectangle will show next to the team number on the audience display during subsequent matches, including any replays. Figure 6-5 shows an example audience screen graphic showing yellow card indicators. All yellow cards are cleared in FMS at the conclusion of practice, qualification, and division playoff matches. Verbal warnings issued by the head referee are cleared after practice matches and persist from qualification matches throughout subsequent tournament phases. 6.6.2 Yellow and Red Card Application. Yellow and red cards are applied based on the following. Table 6-7, yellow and red card application. If a yellow or red card is earned prior to qualification matches, the referee may or may not be present during practice matches. With input from event staff, the head referee may opt to perpetuate a verbal warning or yellow card earned prior to qualification matches to the first qualification match for particularly egregious behavior. If the yellow or red card is earned during the qualification matches, the team's current or just completed match. In the case where the team participated as a surrogate in the current or just completed match, the card is applied to the team's previous match, i.e. their team's second qualification match. If the card is earned between the end of qualification matches and the start of playoff matches, the card is applied to the Alliance's first playoff match. If it's earned during playoff matches, it's assigned to the Alliance's current or just completed match. Blue box. A match is no longer the current match once the result of the match have been posted or the head referee or their designee has indicated that teams can collect their robots whichever is later. Please see examples of the application of yellow and red cards as shown in section 6.6.4 violation details. 6.6.3 Yellow and red cards during playoff matches. During playoff matches, yellow and red cards are assigned to the violating team's entire alliance instead of to only the violating team. If an alliance receives 2 yellow cards, the entire alliance is issued a red card, which results in disqualification for the associated match. If both alliances receive a red card, the alliance assessed the first red card chronologically, is disqualified and loses the match. 6.6.4 Violation details. There are several styles of violation wording used in this manual. Below are some example violations and a clarification of the way the violation would be assessed. The examples shown do not represent all possible violations, but rather a representative set of combinations. Table 6-8 Violation examples. Minor foul. Upon violation, a minor foul is assessed against the violating alliance. Major foul and yellow card. Upon violation, a major foul is assessed against the violating alliance. After the match, the head referee presents the violating team with the yellow card. Minor foul per additional scoring element if egregious yellow card. Upon violation, a number of minor fouls are assessed against the violating alliance equal to the number of additional scoring elements beyond the permitted quantity. Additionally, if the referee is determined that the action was egregious, the head referee presents the violating team with the yellow card after the match. Minor violation, major foul if repeated. Upon initial violation in a match, a minor foul is assessed against the violating alliance. If the alliance robot repeats the infraction in the match, a major foul is assessed against the violating alliance. Assuming no additional infractions of the rule by the robot in that match, the robot has earned a minor foul and a major foul for their alliance. Major foul, and for every 3 seconds in which the situation is not corrected, a major foul is assessed. Upon violation, a major foul is assessed against the violating alliance, and the referee begins the count. The count continues until the criteria to discontinue the count are met, and for each 3 seconds within that time. An additional major foul is assessed against the violating alliance. A robot in violation of this type of rule for 15 seconds receives a total of 6 major fouls, assuming no other rules were being simultaneously violated. Red card for the alliance. After the match, the head referee presents the violating alliance with a red card in the following fashion. In a playoff match, a single red card is assessed to the alliance. In all other scenarios, each team on the alliance is issued a red card. 6.7 Head referee and FTA interaction. The head referee has the ultimate authority in the arena during the event, but may receive input from additional sources, e.g. game designers, first personnel, FTA, and other event staff. The head referee rulings are final. No event staff, including the head referee, will review video, photo, artistic renderings, etc. of any match from any source under any circumstances. 6.7.1 Question Box Q. Each alliance has a designated question box near the scoring table. If a drive team has a question about a match, the field, etc., they may send up to 2 drive team members to their corresponding question box. Depending on timing, the head referee or FTA may postpone any requested discussion until the end of the subsequent match. Technical questions regarding field or robot operation are addressed by the FTA, and additional team members are invited to participate in these conversations if necessary. If a drive team needs clarification on a ruling or score per Q101, up to 2 drive team members should address the head referee after the arena reset signal, e.g. field lights turn green. While FMS tracks quantities of minor and major fouls, first instructs referees to not self-track details about minor fouls and major fouls. As a result, referees are not expected to recall details about when minor fouls and major fouls were made, when they occurred, and against whom. Blue box. Any reasonable question is fair game in the question box, and head referees will make good faith efforts to provide helpful feedback, e.g. how/why certain minor fouls are being called, why a particular robot may be susceptible to certain minor fouls based on its design or gameplay, how specific rules are being called or interpreted, but please know that they may not be able to supply specific details. Q101 Head Referee Interactions. A student may only address the head referee with a maximum of 2 people, one of which must be a student. Violation. The head referee will not address non-compliant team members or peripheral conversations. Blue box. Some events may restrict arena access to members of the drive team. Team members are permitted to swap buttons within their team as needed to access the question box. As much as possible, the student should be an active participant in the conversation. Teams should not record interactions without consent. See E117. Q102. Conversations must be civil. Any team interaction with the head referee must be appropriate. Violation. The head referee may terminate the conversation to allow time for parties to cool down. A person with subsequent violations will not be allowed to interact with the head referee. Blue box. Examples of inappropriate behavior are outlined in G201. 6.8. Other logistics. Scoring elements that leave the field other than through the outpost are placed back into the field approximately at the point of exit by field staff, referees, FTAs, or other staff working around the field at the earliest safe opportunity. Blue box. Note that robots and human players may not deliberately cause scoring elements to leave the field. See G405. An arena fault, an error in arena operation described in section 10.2 match replays, is not called for matches that accidentally begin with damaged scoring elements. Damaged scoring elements are not replaced until the next arena reset period. Drive teams should alert the field staff to any missing or damaged scoring elements prior to the start of the match, but as noted in 6.3.4, the exact number of fuel in the neutral zone may vary. Once the match is over and the head referee determines that the field is safe for field staff and drive teams, they or their designee change the field lights to green and drive teams may retrieve their robot. Some matches may include a short period afterward to allow field staff to begin to clean the field to make it easier and safer for teams to collect their robot. This period is indicated with purple lights on the team signs and the word clean displayed. Teams are not allowed on the field during this time. During arena reset, the arena is cleared of robots and operator consoles for the match that just ended. Robots and operator consoles for the subsequent match are loaded into the arena by drive teams, and field staff reset arena elements. First Robotics Competition uses 3 words in the context of how durations and actions are assessed with regards to evaluations of rules and assignments of violations. These words provide general guidance to describe benchmarks to be used across the programs. It is not the intent for referees to provide a count during the time periods. Momentary describes durations that are fewer than approximately 3 seconds. Continuous describes durations that are more than approximately 10 seconds. Repeated describes actions that happen more than once within a match.